In today's world, the pursuit of progress must go hand in hand with protecting our planet and ensuring no one is left behind. This presentation explores the core ideas of sustainable development and food security, two urgent global concerns that shape our future. Through this discussion, we aim to understand the challenges, highlight global and local efforts, and inspire action toward a more sustainable and equitable world. So, what is sustainable development? So, according to Brundtland Report in 1987, meeting the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. So, kanang to sustain your own self, like kanang dapat long-lasting na siya ba? Kanang, o unsa may kinahanglanon nimo karon kay or unsa may naa nimo karon kay ma-sustain lang gyapon na nimo until mahuman ka og college. For example, kita no, kanang first year college ka. So, kung sa may kinahanglanan nato karon like knowledge, kay di ba kinahanglan kanang di ba need kay nato na nga dili malimtan ang mga terms sa algebra inana. So, dapat until nga mo graduate ka kay naa lang gihapon nga knowledge in order for us nga kanang maka-sustain sa ato ang kagalingon og magkinahanglan man ta na pohon. So, there are ideas of unsa ang sustainable development. So, first, kay balance between economic growth, environmental protection, and social equity. So, di ba, o wala ka ng, in order ka ng sa sustain sa economic, kinahanglan nga balance sa siya kay kanang, for example, kanang ang kani nga grupuha kay makakaon ni sila og lami kayo nya ang anhin sa pikas kay dili. Diba, unfair sa kaayo kaya kanang parehas ra sila nagtrabaho og tarong. So, dapat ang economics na nato kay balance sa siya kanang para malambo say term na magdungan ta og kalambo. So second is environmental protection. So need po ang sustainable development para sa atong environment protection. Kay kanang daghan na ba kayo ron ang calamities nga nahitabo sa to, for example climate change with kanang weather forecasting kanang kuan ay possibility nga mao ni ang mahitabo karon kay malahi na no. Kanang for example gani karon mo na sila nga mag-uwan kuno pero init day kaayo, di ba? So, mga sanay ka ng needs nato ay sustainable development. So, third is social equity. So, needs sa social equity kay, yun naman, daghan na kayo ron ang LGBTQIA+. Kanang, di ba ang Philippines kay, dili ka dawat nga kanang, naay ka ng same-sex marriage, di ba? So, kanang, in order for us to grow better, or kanang maka-sustain pa kita sa atong future generations, need ta og social equity. Like, kanang, sa USA kay famous yun na sila ang lahi og kanang place ang mga black people nya lahi pod og place ang mga white people, like dili siya dapat kanang sa same sa office kay dapat dili sila parehas og gamit lahi din sila, and it's very unfair sa kanang mga black people kay kanang less ra ang opportunities nga ihatag sa ilaha. So same sad na og kanang kunay og maghisgot og sustainable development. So imagine you have a big box of crayons. You want to use them today, but you also want to make sure your younger siblings can use them tomorrow. That's what sustainable development means. Using what we need now, for example, food, water, and energy, without using up everything so future people still have enough. It's about taking care of the earth while helping people live better lives. So dili na kanang sustainable development means dili lang sa karon nga dili lang sa present imong gihunahuna but sa future pagit like sa kanang pohon magkapamilya kay imuha sad silang hunahunaon nga dili nimo siya putdon o gamit karon but still naa siya magamit nang gyapon siya up until the future or infinity.
Good day everyone, I'm Lani Rose Toyok and I'll be reporting the goals of sustainable development. Sustainable development is to create a more peaceful and prosperous and sustainable future for all the people. World Commission on Environment and Development, also known as Brundtland Commission, known by the name of its chair, Gro Harlem Brundtland, was convened by the United Nations in 1983. World Commission on Environment and Development outlined critical objectives for environment and development policies following its concept. First is revive growth, second is meet essential needs, and third is conserve resources, and fourth is reorient technology, and the last one is integrate environment and economics. So first is revive growth, focus on restoring and maintaining economic growth, especially in developing countries. Growth should be inclusive, creating opportunities for all sectors of society. The aim is not just expansion, but quality growth that uplifts communities. Second is meet essential needs like food, water, and jobs. Guarantee access to basic human necessities such as food, clean water, shelter, and employment. Address poverty and inequality by ensuring everyone's fundamental needs are met. So third is conserve resources. Protect natural resources like forests, oceans, soils, and biodiversity. Encourage responsible use of renewable and non-renewable resources. Conservation ensure that future generations inherit a healthy environment. So fourth is reorient technology, promote technologies that are environmentally friendly and energy efficient. Shift away from harmful practices like heavy pollution, wasteful production. Innovation should serve both economic and growth and ecological balance. So the last one is integrate environment and economics. Recognize that the economy and environment are interconnected. Policies should reflect the true cost of environmental damage. Sustainable development integrates ecological concerns into economic planning, ensuring long-term stability. The goal of sustainable development aims to revive, meet essential needs, conserve resources, reorient technology, and integrate environment with economics. Together, these ensure that development is inclusive, responsible, and future-oriented.
So next is global and national initiatives. So lots of countries are working together to protect the planet and help people live well. For example, so the United Nations made a big plan called Agenda 21 to help the earth. So diba, we know that United Nations is kanang different countries now that work together and able to sustain or to able to protect or help people nga kanang dili lang sa usa ka country but around the world. Yeah. So ang the United Nations kay naghimo sila og Agenda 21 to help the earth. So different kinds of help ang gi-offer nila. For example, kanang mohatag sila og relief goods or kanang other stuff nga kanang makatabang sa dili lang sa pipila ka mga tao but kinsa gid ang kanang nag-need gid ana. So ikaduha is Canada teaches people how to care for nature and make smart choices. Very very kinahanglanon kay ni diri sa Pilipinas. Why kay daghan kayo ang deforestation nga nahitabo nya. Di ba? O kanang gamay na lang kayo ta og kanang trees, dili na siya ka-sustain or dili na siya kapugong og magbaha man gyud og kusog. Nya kanang daghan kayo sila gipamuto ng kahoy. Nya wala sila naghimo og wala sila nagpatubo balik og kanang kahoy nga magamit sad nato. So next is the UK or the United Kingdom made rules to keep their country clean and fair. No? Kay is very nindot kayo ilaha kay kanang ang United Kingdom kay ginahan sila nga kanang ilahang palibot kay limpyo at the same time fair ang trato nila sa usag-usa. And lastly, in the Philippines, there's a project called ProWater that helps people get clean water. So ang kaning ProWater kay kanang I don't know if kanang asa ni dapita but kanang naani siya sa Philippines nga kanang gina-offer nila nga mo-help sa mo-help sa mga people nga kanang nagkinahanglan og clean or kanang salutable water.
Key concepts. First, ecological sustainability is the ability of ecosystems to remain healthy, productive, and capable of supporting life for long term. Ecological sustainability means using natural resources wisely to the environment can continue to support humans, animals, and plants. It provides protecting biodiversity, reducing pollution, and ensuring that future generations can enjoy clear air, water, and land. Second, resilience versus resistance. Definition: resistance, an ecosystem's ability to remain unchanged when faced with disturbance. Resilience, an ecosystem's ability to recover quickly after a disturbance. Some ecosystems resist change. For example, a mature forest can withstand small storms without being affected much. Other ecosystems may be easily disturbed, but they bounce back quickly, showing resilience. For example, grasslands that regrow soon after a wildfire. Both concepts help scientists understand how ecosystems respond to threats like climate change, pollution, or natural disasters. Third, role of education and policy. The influence of teaching awareness, laws, and government actions in protecting and managing the environment. Education helps people understand environmental problems and how to take care of nature. Good policies, such as waste management laws, protected areas, and climate action plans, guide communities and governments in making sustainable decisions. Together, education and policy shape how society responds to environmental challenges. Thank you.
We're going to tackle about the food security. First, what is food security? Food security means that all people have regular access to sufficient, safe, and nutritious food, maintain a healthy and active life. So everyone has a consistent access to enough safe, nutritious food for an active and healthy life. And now for components. First, availability. As sufficient food must be produced and supplied. Accessibility, people must be able to physically and economically reach food. Utilization, food must be nutritious, safe, and correctly prepared. Then stability, access to food must be reliable over time. Sustainable Development Goals 2. Zero hunger and hunger, achieve food security, improve nutrition and promote sustainable agriculture. Then support other sustainable development goals such as the Sustainable Development Goal number 1, no poverty. And the second one is Sustainable Development Goals 3, good health and well-being. Then Sustainable Development Goal 12, responsible consumption and production. Then there has importance in global peace and development. First, reduce hunger and malnutrition. It is a vital for ending hunger and improving health. Then, strengthens economies and improves quality of life. So it strengthens economies and improves quality of life. Then, prevents conflict caused by food shortage and inequality. It addresses shortage that can social instability. The last one is support stable, resilience, and peaceful communities. It helps the it help us kanang more stable and resilience, and we have a peace of communities. That's all. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. My report today focuses on global challenges to food security. What is food security? Food security is when all people at all times have physical and economic access to sufficient safe and nutritious food that meets their dietary needs and preferences for an active and healthy life. However, food security faces a number of challenges across both production and consumption, which research will be essential to solve. Hunger and undernourishment. Hunger, also known as undernourishment, defined as not consuming enough calories to maintain a normal, active, and healthy life. It is different from food insecurity, which means lack of regular access to safe and nutritious food for proper development. It has severe physical and mental effects, including stunted growth, weakened immune systems, and increased disease risk. Examples of hunger and undernourishment. Somalia is one of the countries most severely affected by hunger, with an estimated 51.3% of its population lacking sufficient access to food. According to the 2024 Global Hunger Index, or GHI,
Somalia also received a score of 44.1, the highest among all evaluated countries. This score places Somalia in the alarming category, reflecting the depths of its food insecurity crisis. Climate change. Climate change threatens food security by decreasing crop yields through extreme weather events like floods, increasing food prices, and reducing the nutritional value of food. With climate change, food security becomes less stable, less accessible, more vulnerable. Also, climate change negatively impacts all four pillars of food security. Examples of climate change. A severe flood in Pakistan in 2022 destroyed thousands of hectares of farmland, significantly impacting food production in the country. The floods destroyed large areas of farmland, washed away crops, and damaged places where food is grown. Because of this, many farmers lost their main source of food and income. With less food being produced, prices went up and many families struggled to get enough to eat. This has caused serious food problems, especially in rural areas that depends on farming. Vulnerable farmers and rural communities. Vulnerable farmers and rural communities are at high risk of food insecurity due to a combination of limited resources and a high exposure to shocks like climate change, market volatility, and conflict. Remember, hunger and undernourishment are the results of food insecurity, while climate change and vulnerable farmers and rural communities are the major drivers or causes. Together, these factors create a cycle of reduced food production, income loss, malnutrition, and threatening global food security.
Conflict and food security. So first is armed conflict disrupts food systems. Why? For example, places like Syria or Venezuela kay naglisod kanang ilang families kay naglisod og pangita og pagkaon nga kanang mahatag nila sa ilahang kaugalingon sa ilahang pamilya kay sige og gubat, sige og gera og unsaon pa na kanang bisag unsa na ilahang pangitaon na pamaagi ba nga makakaon sila. So hunger as a trigger for conflict. Food insecurity can spark protest, migration, and violence. Di ba? Syria and Venezuela, di ba? Tungod sa kanang violence or sa war kay kanang wala na sila makaon. So, mao sad ang nahitabo sa historical lens and French Revolution. Ang hunger or atong kagutom kay dili gina siya mapugngan. Mao sad na ang number one reason nga daghan ang nangamatay tungod kay wala sila makaon. So, when people are hungry, they get scared or angry. That's why food is super important to all human being. Kay wala kay pagkaon, magluya ka. Kung di ka maluya kay kadugayan mabuang na ka. Mao na siya nga need gyud ta nga mukaon jud ay. Cooperation. It is a shared responsibility among nations. Dili lang kay usa, dili lang kay duha, but ang tanan nga nations kay global biya. So, why is it important nga naa man gyud tay cooperation sa kanang ato ang kanang mga silingan nga nasud? Why? Kay food security is a global concern, not just a local issue. Diba? Ang ato ang gipangkaon nga pagkaon kay dili lang na siya sa usa ka nasud ang problema sa tanan na kay where no one country can fix hunger alone. That's why countries work together. They share food, help farmers, and make peace. Why? Kay, di ba sa sauna pa, uso kayo ang kanang trading or barter ba? Nga kanang, kanay na kay usa ka sako nga bugas din ha, ilisan ka og kanang kuan mais, inyo nana. Or unsa pa man, kanang naa kay antik din ha, ilisan ka og bugas para lang makakaon ka. So that's why it's very important nga naatay global cooperation. So groups like the United Nations and World Food Program help send food to places that need it most, especially kanang mga bukid-bukid nga dili siya sayon nga hatagan og mga kanang ayuda ba or mga relief goods nga makasustain sila or kanang makakaon sila. So that's why United Nations kay kanang nagtabang-tabang para makahatag sa mga nagkinahanglan pag-ayo. It's like when classmates help each other during a group project. Everyone wins when we work as a team. So, maoras na siya nga maoras na siya katong naghimo ta og research, di ba? Dili man nimo mabuhat nga ikaw ra wala imong mga kagrupo kay need kag support, need sa cooperation and kanang mostly sa research defend kay dili man nimo mabuhat og ikaw ra kay groupings biya ang paghatag. So, maoras na siya sa global cooperation. In conclusion, our generation faces urgent global challenges. So, this topic is very important because we are the future. If we don't take care of the earth and help others, we may not have clean air, water, or enough food when we grow up. Kung magkatiguang na ta, kay wala na tanan, o dili ta kay bawo mo sustain, or dili ta kay bawo mag-amping karon sa mga kanang resources. What can you do as a person or a student? The first is do not waste your food. Kay daghan kayo ang nagkinahanglan niya, imuha lang usik-usikan. Ug unsa may makaya nimong ukaon or unsa may makaya og sa imong tiyan, og napagani sobra kay give it to others. So second is share what you have. Dili lang kay sa mga butang or sa kanang uban but also your knowledge. Kanang learn more and tell others kay ngano man. Og unsay nakatunan nimo, you can share it to someone kay dili na siya kabayaran og unsa man ang ilahang makatunan. You kanang dili lang usa or duha imong makatunan but at the same time kay kanang duha mo give and take give and take sa unsa may knowledge nga imong nakatunan o unsa may ang knowledge nga nakatunan. So next, last one is join school or community cleanup and planting projects. Why? Kaya in order for us to sustain, we need to plant trees and plant trees. Kanang it's very nindot kayo nga kanang mag-join ta og mga communities dili lang kay sa school but also sa ato ang barangay kay kanang dako na kayo na og impact nga mahatag nimo sa future generations. There is no plan B because there is no planet B. Why? Kay usara man ang earth. So as long as we are still alive kay mabuhat man gyapon nato or nalang gyapon tay kanang impact nga mabuhat sa ato ang komunidad nga makahelp gyapon sa future generation. So that's all our topic towards a sustainable world. Two major urgent global challenges like sustainable development and food security. So thank you and God bless.